Welcome, everyone. The video you're about to watch will explore some of the life and achievements of Dr. Temple Grandin, a prominent American academic and animal behavioralist. Grandin has made significant contributions to the humane treatment of livestock headed for slaughter, while at the same time pioneering for autism awareness. Temple is one of the first autistic people to document the insights gained from her own personal experiences with such a diagnosis. Let's delve into her remarkable journey and the impact she has made on both fields.
Doors have always been very symbolic for me. A lot of people don't see doors to opportunity. I want to open doors for other people now. I figure that is what I should be doing.
She shows us that not only is there a silver lining to being different, it's the source of genius.
Sometimes it does come at the cost of not having more of a quote-unquote social or private life, but Temple's commitment to her work and to people, to teaching people and to helping animals, she has the fullest life of anybody I know.
Like, I'll listen to country western music in my car, and 60% of the songs are about relationships. I'd rather listen to the trucking songs. I kind of relate to those better. 1, 2, 3, 4. When I first started out, there were no women out working with the animals. Now there's lots of them.
Yeah, my foot can't push the pedal just as hard as any man's can.
There's no question in my mind that she's a pioneer. And started out, it's this gawky kid. It's been really fun to see her young, fun side come out again.
Here in the West, in the middle of the West Bonanza. Oh man, that's pure visual thinking. There's kind of a hill still there. That's where we'd go sledding. Well, if a person totally thought in words, they might have a hard time imagining a dog was conscious, but always seemed to me a dog was conscious. I've got to always be on my best behavior because a lot of kids look up to me and I want to inspire them.
While it's cold and it's true.
And I realize how lucky I am to work with Temple Grandin. I'm really lucky.
We go through this place.
When I was younger, I used to look for like great, mysterious meanings of life. When I've gotten older, I've thought the most important things are the things that I do help do something real to make something better.
Temple just is one of those people who feels that her existence on earth depends upon her making contributions to others. And I truly believe that God gave her a gift that she feels she must share.
Funny how all we need is found on the inside.
Temple Grandin's early life was marked by challenges and breakthroughs. She was diagnosed with brain damage at the age of 2, and it wasn't until adulthood that she was formally diagnosed with autism, all because of the help from her mother and her own perseverance. Temple's mother found and reviewed a checklist for autism, where she realized the real possible issue that eventually led to her diagnosis. But before this, despite recommendations for institutionalization when she was young due to her brain damage, her mother decided to seek help from special needs workers at Boston Children's Hospital. A neurologist that she found there suggested starting early speech therapy and supportive education at Beaver Country Day School. These early interventions were crucial in her development and set the stage for her future accomplishment. Middle and high school were particularly challenging for Grandin. She was expelled from Beaver Country Day School for behavioral issues like throwing books and taunting classmates. But before her expulsion and during her parents' difficult divorce, she visited her step-aunt where she spent a transformative summer on her step-aunt's ranch. This experience sparked her interest in animal behavior, which brought her home with many ideas. In 1966, she began attending Hampshire Country School, where she eventually met her mentor, science teacher William Carlock. He encouraged her to develop her squeeze machine, a device to help calm herself. Also known as a hug box, the machine was a deep pressure device designed to administer pressure evenly throughout the body between two sideboards. This idea first came to Grandin while observing cattle chutes on her aunt's farm. Additionally, Carlock's support was instrumental in her acceptance to Franklin Pierce College. Temple Grandin's higher education journey began with a bachelor's degree in human psychology from Franklin Pierce College in 1960. Temple was not done learning at this point. She then pursued a master's degree in animal science from Arizona State University and later completed her doctoral degree in animal science at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in 1989. Her academic achievements laid the groundwork for her revolutionary contributions to animal welfare. Now a doctor, her career in animal science took off. It is marked by her innovative designs for humane livestock handling and equipment. Her ability to think visually and recall small details allows her to revolutionize the industry. She designed a center track conveyor system that is used to restrain cattle, which became widely used within the meat industry. Pictured is how the system worked. Today, over half the cattle in North America are handled in the systems she designed. Grandin's first academic articles on cattle behavior were published in 1980, and from there her work earned numerous accolades, including a Proggy Award from PETA in 2004, which recognizes animal achievement in commerce and culture. She has been awarded many other honors, like the Ashoka Fellowship and Meritorious Achievement Award from the World Organization for Animal Health. She has been inducted into the Texas Trail of Fame and the National Women's Hall of Fame as well. Temple Grandin is also an internationally recognized spokesperson for autism. Her book, Emergence, labeled autistic, co-authored with Margaret M. Scariano and with a foreword by Bernard Renlund, provided deep insights into autism and helped reduce stigma surrounding the condition. In the film Thinking in Pictures, and her memoir, The Autistic Brain, Grandin described different thinking types among autistic individuals, such as visual thinking, pattern thinking, and verbal thinking. She expanded on these ideas, highlighting how understanding these different cognitive styles can help tailor education and support for autistic individuals. Grandin also emphasizes the importance of early intervention and supportive teachers for autistic children, describing how such support was crucial in her own development. She shares personal experiences with hypersensitivity to noise and other stimuli, advocating for environments that accommodate these sensitivities. As a proponent of neurodiversity, Grandin does not support eliminating autism genes, but believes in providing therapies and support for severely disabled, nonverbal children to help them reach their full potential, just like her own mom did. Her public speaking on autism began in the mid-1980s and quickly made her a sought-after speaker. She continues to inspire and educate audiences worldwide about the strengths and challenges of living with autism.
I looked really terrible when I was 2 years old. Kids can look really bad. Then as you work with them, some kind of pull out of it, others don't. But you don't know until you start to work with them. And that's why early intervention is so important. And what I'm seeing as I travel around the country is we're doing a better job on the early intervention, but where we're really falling down is with the older kids, teaching job skills, driving. That's going to take longer because of the multitasking issue. I did 200 miles on dirt roads at my aunt's ranch, picking up the mail every day, which was 3 miles away, before I did traffic. A lot more practice in really safe places. When I was 4 years old, I was nonverbal, had all the symptoms of severe autism. I was fortunate to get into a really good early intervention program. Lots of turn-taking games, teaching me language, teaching table manners. That was done in a much more structured way back in the 50s. That I want to demonstrate It's how you walk back by them to get them to come up in the chute. If you've got 3-year-olds that are not talking, the worst thing you can do is just to wait. You got to start working with that kid now. I've seen too many situations where the diagnosis is holding fully verbal kids back because there's a tendency to baby them and they're not learning how to drive, they're not learning working skills. And very often today, I have grandparents come up to me and they discover they're on the autism spectrum when the kids get diagnosed. But those grandparents had decent jobs because they had paper routes at age 11, learned how to work. Social skills in my generation were taught in a much more structured way. In the 50s, we had sit-down meals. You were taught how to take turns in conversation. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of the older generation had jobs and kept their jobs. You see, a brain can be more thinking, or a brain can be more social emotional. And a certain amount of this is just normal variation. And years ago I said, who do you think made the first stone spear back in the caveman days? It wasn't the yakety yaks around the campfire. It would have been somebody probably on the autism spectrum in the back of the cave trying to chip that rock and tie it to a stick.
As stated before, Grandin developed the center track conveyor system for cattle, widely adopted in the meat industry. She also created an objective scoring system to assess animal welfare at slaughter plants. Her book, Humane Livestock Handling, details her designs for reducing animal stress during slaughter. Grandin's work has significantly improved the treatment of livestock, advocating for both ethical practices and efficiency in the industry. Temple Grandin believes that using animals for food is ethical, but it must be done with respect and humane treatment. She famously said, "I think using animals for food is an ethical thing to do, but we've got to do it right. We've got to give those animals a decent life, and we've got to give them a painless death. We owe the animals respect." In conclusion, Temple Grandin's contributions to animal welfare and autism advocacy have had a profound impact on both fields. Her unique perspective, shaped by her personal experiences, has enabled her to revolutionize livestock handling and champion the humane treatment of animals. Her advocacy for autism has helped countless individuals and families understand and navigate the complexities of the condition. Grandin's life and work continue to inspire and affect positive change. Thank you for joining to learn about the extraordinary life and achievements of Dr. Temple Grandin. I hope her story inspires you to pursue your passions, advocate for humane treatment, and support the community.